All right, so let's go. Okay, obviously, one of the a fascinating part about you, like even whenever we're talking to people like in social circles, and someone mentions that you have like the million, like 1.6 million something YouTube subscribers,
Right.
it's always kind of like this fascination. It's like the new celebrity. Um, I kind of want to ask some basic questions, and I'll go a little bit deeper. But what is your cadence for putting out content? Is it as fast as you can create it? Is there like a schedule? Is it every Monday at 1 p.m.? Like, what is
Yeah, I
that?
mean, we had to scale back a little bit because of the product of the times and the
Things that are
whatnot.
happening in the
Yeah,
world,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And so we dropped our large channels producing 2 videos a week now. It was producing 3 videos a week,
hmm
and then our alliance channels producing 3 videos a week. So we're aiming for the goal is to aim for 6 videos a week between the 2 channels, and then each of those videos will be recut or re-edited for Instagram, Facebook, and stuff like that.
To
So
repurpose all the content.
yeah,
Do
yeah.
you mind sharing, like, how many roughly do you get out of each video, or does it depend, or
Yeah, so I mean, every video will go on Facebook and Instagram, probably even Twitter. I don't know if they put on Twitter. Twitter is our smallest account, so
Uh-huh.
we don't put too much focus in that.
That's just kinda your fun account.
Yeah,
You
and
chat
then
on there all the
we
time.
also produce, like you talked about the ads. We're producing ad content as
Mhm.
well, and we're doing like stories as well. So just like kind of native content on Instagram, and yeah, I mean we produce a crap ton of it's produce as much content as we can, and then we have the mentality of progress over perfection. So we're okay pushing something to the public that's not perfect to be able to get the responses of the people who view it and get those adjustments.
Mhm.
I think so many people try to produce perfect content that they never produce it. So let's get the next one better is our mentality rather than, oh, this one's a little bad. Let's delete it and re-upload it. Da, da, da,
Well, I mean, okay, so I've gone through this whole thing of, like, having nicer cameras, like a DSLR for my webcam
Yeah.
and stuff like that, because I wanted to start my computer and be able to record a video. It makes a massive difference.
Oh yeah.
And you did something that you took a step further. You built a goddamn barbershop. I mean, y'all do a lot of haircut videos for reference for people
Yeah.
who don't know. And I remember you telling me, during Billy's man cave, and shout out Billy Murphy, um, and you were talking about, like, it would cost a lot of money. I don't know if the barbershops I don't know how much money that's gonna make compared to the business, but you said you had a big problem with going to other barbershops and filming, which was they'll play noise in the background, there'll be
Hmm.
people talking, there'll be other people that maybe don't wanna be on a YouTube video or something like that,
Yeah.
and so you built your own barbershop. Can you tell me about that a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, we're kind of in a unique position in the barbering world in the sense that the barbershop doesn't necessarily have to make money.
It's a studio though, right?
No, it's a proper barbershop.
But it has, like, studio lighting and stuff like that in it?
No, I mean it's got really bright lights for the barbers, but
Uh-huh.
no, I mean it's pretty much like a barbershop.
Oh,
You'll
okay.
see it coming up for your
Yeah, with
trim.
Big Chris, yeah, I'll
Yeah,
be yeah.
and we've got 3 barbers in there, and I want to get up to like 6 barbers, but I want to create like kind of like a community aspect, like a Cheers kind of vibe to the community, so people can get to know the people and have a little more personalities built into the content. And then, as you said, like we'll be able to turn off all the copyright music that we'd get flagged on for the other barbershops, and we'll probably still maintain those other relationships that we've established with various barbers around the world. But it's being able to really control our environment a little bit more and uh, level up the type of content that we want to produce.
So, how long has it been running? The barbershop up and
What
running?
month are we in? September,
Yeah.
October. So like 2 months.
Oh, just 2 months.
Yeah.
Have you noticed? I mean, it might be a little too early, but have you noticed, like, a return on investment? Maybe not money-wise, but kind of socially, or like, I'm gonna go hang out there
Yeah.
pretty soon with you. Catherine's coming too.
Yeah.
So it's like a hangout. Like, has it returned in that way, in
I mean,
weird ways?
it's a work in progress because it's essentially like a brand new product launch or like a brand new blog. Imagine that you do a brand new blog,
Uh-huh.
you write one article. Is it a party on that blog after that one article, or 2 months of writing content?
Well, there's
And
something
so,
different about a physical space that you can come hang out with, like a barbershop. Like,
yeah.
back in the day, like, you just go hang out at the barber.
So well, to answer your question is like, we haven't really been promoting it
Uh-huh.
like we should. But now that we have it in the atmosphere, we're starting to do email blasts. I'm starting to tell you, like my tweet yesterday was just like, we've been working out the kinks. We've been getting plants in there. We've been like painting the walls. Like we've been trying to get it like more and more presentable and get it to the point where like more of the general public can come in and hang out. But I do want to have that place where you can go hang out, grab some coffee, drink a whiskey, something like that, shoot the shit with the barber while you're there. Unfortunately, like with with the element of the times, there's restrictions on how much human interaction that you can get.
Hmm.
But we'll as that continues to loosen up and open up, then we'll continue to make it easier for people to hang out there.
Yeah, for some reason, I think that's one of the coolest things. Any downsides to having something like that?
Yeah, I mean, you're losing money, especially in the startup, because how we decided to build out the barbershop is basically we want our barbers to rent the chairs, and they set their own prices. So each barber will be different price. And that goes to our core values: freedom, hunger, and trust. Like, we want the people who work there to really feel like they're in ownership of the success of their careers. So I think that's a little bit different than like the chain kind of barbershops where
Mhm.
everything's going to be the same price and they try to productize it. You can't productize barbers, man. Like, every barber is different. They all have different skills. They have different personalities. And we want that to be reflected in the shop so that you can start to build relationships with the barbers who you resonate with. And but they're also cool enough to, like, they don't care if you go to Big Chris or they go to Bob or go to Justine. Like,
Mhm.
like, they're brothers. It's kind of like they're all hungry together. So
Has-
it's
Sorry, go ahead.
no, it's just like the details that you think about as you open up something completely different.
Mhm.
The other nice thing is, like, we do now have like a retail presence where we can have customers come in, explore the products in person, and like, not have that anywhere else. Like, if you're online and you're really on the fence and you want to smell it first, you can come into the barbershop and experience it, and then go with your favorite.
Well, also, if you want to film a video and put out 20 videos a week, you could film all these haircuts and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
you're-
finding 20 haircuts is the hard part. There you run into like different what's it called, like bottlenecks
Uh-huh.
with the production. So now we got the barbershop. We can just literally we can take the gear right over there,
Mhm.
plug into the mic to the barber and to the client and just start recording.
Do you have everything set up? So that comes to my next thing. Do you have like a team of people making YouTube videos, like editors, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so I have a full-time editor as well, and then
One guy is doing all that?
Yeah, and
Wow.
he's loaded out. So
Yeah.
like we got tons of, and so much content. Like, I could probably use another editor
Mhm.
or a part-time editor,
Mhm.
and then we have someone on our ad team who essentially creates the content for ads as well. So she is creating, she's editing up ads, video ads for advertisement, but she'll also be the camera person for a lot of stuff. So yeah, man, it's a full team.
And then, so yeah, that's pretty fascinating. And that's your main marketing channel, YouTube? Like,
Yeah, so YouTube's driving about 40%. But we did a post-purchase survey. We asked people, how did you first hear about Beardbrand? And 40% of our customers first heard about us through YouTube.
Wow.
So if you think about that, that's multi-million dollars. And
Have you ever done like a breakdown? I don't know if you even can, but like the people who found you through YouTube, do they buy more or something like that? Do you know that?
I'm sure I could do a breakdown, but I don't know what it is. So
Do you?
along the, like, if we can start talking e-commerce. Another question we ask is, like, why did you buy from Beardbrand? And then the answers are our value proposition. So, like, I bought from Beardbrand to instant confusion, which is like one of our value props. And then because you have cool personalities, or because I like the education or the content or whatever. So we do like the different things that make Beardbrand unique from a value proposition. And then based on that, we could see what the AOV is, how much people are spending based on the value prop.
Uh-huh.
And then that will help us when we're marketing to say, hey, instant confusion, because we know that person is going to spend twice as much as the person who, wants the most bang for the buck. And they're going to spend like, a quarter of what that person spends. So there's interesting things like that where you can really kind of refine your messaging to your audience based on those post-purchase surveys.
That's amazing. Do you get recognized on the street for your YouTube videos?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like every single day, but even in my neighborhood, someone called me out and he's like, oh yeah, or he mentioned the same video you mentioned.
Well, it's probably not many 6'7" dudes rocking the Tiger King look.
Well,
like,
so a couple things is, one, I don't think people realize how tall I am.
Yeah.
On camera, they'll see me in person and just kind of get blown away.
This is movie magic right here, that
Yeah.
I am the same height as you.
Where
My chair is like a high chair and yours is like way down to the floor.
And then I changed my looks so much, right? So if they caught one of my old videos, they may just see me with a buzz cut and a big old beard. And then now that I've got the mullet and the beard stash, they're like, that's probably not him. So I think changing my style a lot probably.
It is wild how different you look with the beard, like the long beard.
Oh yeah. And that's what's fun. I mean, that's what I enjoy with style and grooming, is just trying all these different styles.
Change up the face.
Yeah.
I do like that about being a guy. Like if this isn't good, you could just cover it up.
Yeah. Well, not only that, like as a guy, like when we lose it up here, you just start to grow it out here.
Grow it down here.
Like women, any women who's dealing with hair loss, they don't have that option. But we're like, oh yeah, just shave it off. And...
Have you ever thought about doing like an infomercial or QVC style video?
Dude, man, like I got a story to tell you about this.
Yeah.
So I got hit up from an email. Like we've reached out to QVC before in the past. We've sold on QVC.com or whatever online, but we never did like a live segment with them. So I got an email from HSN. And then I'm all stoked. I'm like, oh yeah, man, let's do it. Let's fly out. Let's be on HSN. And like, I was totally jacked. It was like super stoked about this because I feel like I'm natural in the element. I love being live. I can roll the punches, handle all that stuff. And then in prepping for it, I've brought my business partner on who does our wholesale stuff, and she's looking at the email and she's like, "This is HSM." Home shopping marketplace, which is like some like sketchy cable like pay for view thing. I'm like, oh my god. So anyways, I would love to do that, but we haven't really done that. We are doing a promo for the holidays. I don't know if I should talk about this or not, but who cares? We're doing like the 10 days of Christmas, not Christmas, 10 days of holidays or whatever. So we have products that we didn't sell completely out of that are like old or discontinued products that are still great products. They're just like old packaging or old designs that we'll be selling. So we'll be doing a happy hour, a 1 hour happy hour live stream on YouTube where we'll talk about the products and then of course talk about other stuff as well. So
have you ever done something like that?
No. So this will be first.
Dude, I'm super curious to see how it goes.
Yeah.
I think you're going to crush it on that.
Yeah. We've done a live stream before. So I've got a little bit of experience with that, but I've never done it where we kind of integrate like, here you go. You can only get this for today. When it's out, it's out.
Yeah, 1.6 million YouTube subscribers. How much does like a QVC or something get on an average watch? 300,000 people?
Yeah, I think it's different because QVC, like the people who are watching that are expecting to buy things, right? They're consumers.
That's true.
Whereas our community is more, I would say they're not passionate about barbering and haircuts or whatever. So you tend to get people who watch it, who enjoy it, and they'll watch a lot of the content as it gets suggested to them, but they're not the type to like, subscribe and comment and interact, and like, they're not like fanboys, if that makes sense. So we got like a more laid back, like, when's the last time you commented on a haircut video?
I don't really comment on them too often,
right?
Exactly. But I watch a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So like, you're a perfect example of our audience where like, you're not really passionate about the cuts. You just enjoy watching it. You like to see the transformation.
It's got the ASMR thing going on.
Yeah.
Sensory. It's where like you see someone getting a haircut, so you think you are.
Yeah.
Is that what it means?
Dude, like in the neck shaves, like it always gives me like chills. To just
I remember one time we're all hanging out in San Francisco at a big Apple TV, and I was just like, let's just see what weird videos everyone watches. And I pulled up. I watch a lot of Indian street haircut videos.
Oh, really?
Because in India, like there's like these street haircut barbers.
Well, they cut your hair fire in your ears and stuff.
All sorts of crazy unlicensed things. Yeah, for like 30 rupees, which is super cheap.
Right.
And we were on someone else's account, and they were watching all of those also. And we're like, we watched the same like the same weird videos.
Yeah. There's so much weird stuff on YouTube that you're like, how is this a channel? And then they have like 4 million subscribers. Like,
but here's an interesting thing. There's this guy. You know the Baba? That guy, the Indian hair, he unfortunately passed away, but he did like the world famous like head massage.
Oh, really?
This guy became like a legit celebrity, and people started like going to this little small town in India just to find him. Similarly with your videos, I watched some of the videos, and I think of like the stylists as kind of like celebrities. Like I think I would pay more to go to them.
Oh yeah. Like we had stories when we were filming in London. We would have people come in from like Abu Dhabi or UAE. And literally go to the barber in London. And I don't know if I think there's even people who flew specifically for that barber. Like not tying it in with a business trip or something like that.
Uh-huh.
So you do get a lot of people who pass through town. They're like, oh yeah, I'm in Austin. I want to go there.
That's incredible.
So it is pretty cool to be able to kind of
I remember specifically there was one, Greg Brzezinski's son was getting a haircut, and I was kind of trying to grow my hair out a little bit longer. And there was I forget her name, some lady.
Andy.
So she was the one, and I remember hearing her talk very intelligently about why she was cutting the hair the way it was, and instead of just cutting it.
Right.
I remember thinking like, oh, she knows her stuff. I want to go to her for this haircut.
Yeah.
Do some of the barbers become like kind of quasi celebrities in that sense?
Oh, I think so. I definitely think so. I think there's a lot of opportunities for barbers to build their brand. Like here in town, we got Cisco, who's like, in my opinion, some of the best at like fades. Like he can just, in the world, it's called like a blurry fade, where you just cannot tell the transition. It just gets down to skin to like longer up here, and it's just like, how do you make that happen? I don't know. It's just like, it blows my mind for him.
So it's kind of, we're living in an age where you can record something that happens once and people can see it. So whenever people watch you on YouTube, it's not Eric talking, it's robot Eric.
Yeah.
It's you that was uploaded with a bunch of photons and a camera. And then
you love Robot Neville.
I love Robot Neville. Robot Neville is out there. In fact, if someone's watching this right now, you're watching Robot Neville.
Yeah.
Real Neville is probably doing nothing on his couch right now.
He's just making money off of you. He's just like,
exactly. I'm just raking it. Robot Neville goes out and does all the work. Real Neville goes out and enjoys the fruits of the labor, right? So I think it's great that like barbers, even like something like a barber, like 30 years ago, you say like, oh, you might be a celebrity for being a barber or something. It almost sounded ridiculous. But now they could actually do that by recording videos and putting it out.
Yeah, we're living in a great time. It's really a great time. Like if you can't see the opportunity for whatever career you may be in, there's opportunity in it. I mean, like I just think back to the dude selling like blenders, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Blendtec blender guy who put iPhones in there.
Mm-hmm.
What a brilliant idea. And you got all these people who are just like, oh yeah, I want a $500 blender. And it's all because video content.
Yeah, that's I just